Cryolophosaurus. Cryolophosaurus was discovered on the southern continent of Antarctica. Today, Antarctica is extremely cold and icy, but during the age of the dinosaur, Antarctica was much warmer with lush green forest. This animal was about 2 kids tall. Cryolophosaurus was a large meat-eating dinosaur that lived during the Jurassic time period. During the Jurassic, Antarctica was closer to the equator and was part of a large continent called Pangaea. Daspletosaurus. Daspletosaurus lived in North America during the late Cretaceous period. It is closely related to its much larger cousin, Tyrannosaurus. This animal was about 3 kids tall. Daspletosaurus was a meat-eating tyrannosaur. Like T-Rex, it too was the top predator of its time, though it lived long before Tyrannosaurus Rex. Deinonychus. Deinonychus was a feathered dinosaur that was about 11 feet long. This animal was about 2 kids tall. Deinonychus were carnivorous predators. Their skulls had powerful jaws lined with almost 60 sharp blade-like teeth. These teeth and their big toe claws were useful for hunting and eating prey. Deinosuchus. Deinosuchus and all other crocodiles are reptiles, but they aren't dinosaurs. In fact, birds are the closest relatives of dinosaurs living today. This animal was about 2 kids tall. Deinosuchus probably hunted a variety of animals, including turtles, fish, and even dinosaurs. Dilophosaurus. Dilophosaurus had a pair of thin, bony crests on the top of its head that was probably used for showing off to other Dilophosaurus. This animal was about 2 kids tall. Dilophosaurus was likely a great hunter, but like most carnivores, it was probably a scavenger too, eating meat from animals that it did not kill. Dimetrodon. Although Dimetrodon looks like a dinosaur in many ways, it isn't a dinosaur at all. In fact, it's more closely related to mammals like dogs, cats, or even humans like you. This animal was about 2 kids tall. Dimetrodon was a carnivore that probably ate insects and small animals. Diplodocus. Diplodocus lived in the Jurassic time period and had one of the longest necks of any dinosaur. This animal was about 7 kids tall. Rather than reaching up high in the trees like a giraffe, this sauropod probably held its neck out nearly straight, eating plants closer to the ground. Dreadnoughtus. Dreadnoughtus, whose name means fears nothing, was huge. In fact, it was one of the largest land animals ever to walk the earth. This animal was about 7 kids tall. Dreadnoughtus was an herbivore. Its long neck allowed it to access a wide variety of vegetation, but its huge body means it probably had to eat all the time. Effigia. Effigia was a close relative of modern-day crocodiles, but unlike crocodiles, Effigia moved around on its hind legs, which likely made it a very fast runner. This animal was about 1 kid tall. Effigia had a beak and no teeth, making it hard to tell what it ate. Einiosaurus. Einiosaurus was a short-frilled ceratopsian dinosaur, which is the group that includes all horned dinosaurs. This animal was about 2 kids tall. Einiosaurus was a large quadrupedal plant-eating dinosaur that lived in North America during the Cretaceous time period. Elasmosaurus. Elasmosaurus most likely gave birth to its young live, like modern-day dolphins or whales. This animal was about 5 kids tall. Elasmosaurus had sharp teeth and a strong bite. It ate fish and other sea animals. Enantiornithine. Enantiornithines were a type of bird that lived throughout the late Jurassic and Cretaceous time periods. Let's compare it to something we know the size of, a kid like you. Enantiornithines were omnivores that thrived on a variety of available berries, fruit, bugs, and meat. Eoraptor. Eoraptor lived during the Triassic period and is one of the oldest known dinosaurs. It belongs to a group of dinosaurs called theropods, which also includes the Tyrannosaurus. This animal was about 1 kid tall. Eoraptor were about 3 feet tall and weighed about 20 pounds. Standing on their 2 hind legs and 3-toed feet, they were very fast runners, which helped them catch prey. Euoplocephalus. Euoplocephalus was a tank-like dinosaur covered in bony armor, with a club at the end of its tail that was probably used to defend against the meat-eating Tyrannosaur. This animal was about 2 kids tall. Euoplocephalus was a plant-eating dinosaur that lived in the Cretaceous time period. It was a smaller version of its armor-plated relative, Ankylosaurus. Fabrosaurus. Fabrosaurus was a plant-eating dinosaur that lived in Africa during the Jurassic time period. Let's compare it to something we know the size of, a kid like you. Fabrosaurus was a plant-eater, or herbivore. Fruta Foster. Fruta Foster was a chipmunk-sized mammal from the late Jurassic that resembled a modern-day armadillo or anteater. Like those animals, Fruta Foster probably fed mostly on insects like termites and cockroaches. Let's compare it to something we know the size of, a kid like you. Fruta Foster was an insectivore and probably fed mostly on insects like termites and cockroaches. Gallimimus. Gallimimus was a theropod dinosaur that lived in Asia during the Cretaceous time period. This animal was about 4 kids tall. Paleontologists aren't sure what Gallimimus ate. Some think they were herbivores, feeding only on plants. Others think they were omnivores, eating small animals and plants. Giganotosaurus. Giganotosaurus was one of the largest known meat-eating dinosaurs. It was more than 40 feet long. This animal was about 4 kids tall. Giganotosaurus time period. Fossils of Giganotosaurus have been in the region of Argentina. Glyptops. Even though Glyptops is an ancient turtle dating back to the late Jurassic and early Cretaceous periods, Glyptops probably lived a life similar to that of modern turtles. It lived in or near water and ate plants, insects, and fish. Let's compare it to something we know the size of, a kid like you. Glyptops was an omnivore. It ate plants, insects, and fish.